Scentsy World, excuse me, Facebook World, not Scentsy World. This is for anybody to watch. But so I just wanted to hop on for a minute and kind of just express my heart to you guys about some real people that I love and just true life stories about it. I was just chatting with a friend of mine and just talking about different things and different experiences we faced. And then that led into some discussion her and I had, and then also James and I had. And, you know, one of the things that we were discussing, her and I had both had experience prior to our Scentsy family that we've now been a part of for several years. We've been a part of another company. James and I had been a part of one other company prior to Scentsy, and she had also been a part of at least one other company. She might have been a part of others, but I know for sure this one. And so, anyways, I hope my connection stays because it's showing me a low connection, but I'll try to be fast. Anyway, some of the stuff that we were talking about is, you know, I started telling her about my first reunion with Scentsy. It was in 2011, and we went to Fort Worth. Actually, I went. James didn't go with me at the time. I went. I didn't know anybody. I didn't know my upline really at all. I was very new. I had no idea what to expect. And I show up in Fort Worth, and I don't even know... I don't know how much bigger it was than maybe the reunions that had been used to before, but I remember messaging James. So the owners of Scentsy got up there, Heidi and Orville. And my prior experience with my other company, there was a president who is the lead person in that company, right? And that person was untouchable. You couldn't get to that person. There was no way you were going to go talk to her or meet her. I mean, it was like a big deal if you could meet her. You know, you'd have to stand in line for hours probably, and you'd have to maybe have a special invitation. It was just, you know, there was no way you were going to talk to that person. And I remember Heidi and Orville got up on the stage in that Fort Worth convention in 2011, and they were just real people, like truly real people. And I remember messaging James, and I was like, you know, going from a convention that I was used to going to with a president who there was no way I would ever touch, definitely didn't seem real to me, right? Like, not that she was fake by any means, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Like that person you can't reach out to. There's you look at them and you think, I could never be that person, or I could never meet that person, or whatever. There's just no way. And when Heidi and Orville came out, I remember thinking, like, this is just a couple, like James and I. You know, this is just a parents who love their kids and they're trying to do something, you know, work hard for their family. And they were reading the teleprompts, and they were and I love them. So I say this all in complete love to them. And I hope that they would know and laugh about it. They've come a long way over the years, but I loved this about them. They were reading the teleprompts. They'd mess up on the teleprompts. They, you know, were spitting and stumbling over their words. And they were like, I don't know, am I supposed to be talking? Am I not? And I just loved that, because to me, that was real. Like, they weren't some staged thing with the script, and, you know, they walk up and you can tell, like, they're picture perfect, right? And they have the perfect makeup on and the perfect outfit and everything was set. They were just real people. I'm a real person. My husband's a real person. You know, anything we do with our business or whatever, anybody can do. We're not untouchable, and they were not untouchable. And I loved it. And I messaged James immediately and said, I just love them. They're funny. They are real. Like, I feel like they're people I could hang out with and not feel like, oh my gosh, you know, these people are people that are nothing like me. You know what I mean? And so that's the owners of Scentsy and the presidents. You know, they don't hire some face to put up front, but they just introduce themselves. We are who Scentsy stands for and what Scentsy stands for. And I loved that about them. And I feel like that's worth sharing, because to me, that's a lot of what's kept James and I in this company. Because to me, it is important that I'm around real people. And my friend and I, who were chatting about this, one of the things we were talking about is when we go to conferences, conventions, you know, trainings or whatever, when we're standing in line or around other people, we don't know their titles. yeah, they may be wearing a lanyard that says their title, but it might be turned around or they might not be wearing it, or who knows. And you just pick up a conversation, and we all in the Scentsy world, we're family. We just start sharing, and we just start saying, hey, I have this idea, or this worked for me, or you just start asking questions and taking notes, and you have no idea who that person is sometimes. And then later you find out they're one of the top in the company, and they were just standing there chatting with you. There's no difference. Nothing about them necessarily stands out to make you think you can't talk to them and you can't ask them questions. And sometimes even some of those top in the company ask you, hey, what is it you're doing? I need to learn from you. And you would think that would not be the case, but we're all family and we work together. And to me, that is what I love about Scentsy. That is what I love about this company. Because from the very top, the owners, the presidents of this company, the CEOs, they're a couple who love each other deeply and love their family deeply, and family's priority, and they encourage that and tell you to do that, and they want that for you. And then it's the same with everybody in the company, from the top down to the bottom. We get together, we talk, we share ideas. It's not a competition. It's not a territories or anything like that. I don't know which companies do territories, so I'm not talking about anybody specific, but we just don't have to worry about fighting with each other. And I love that. Like, I love the environment and what Scentsy stands for, because it's real people who can do real things. And since then, that day in Fort Worth at convention, listening to Heidi and Orville, these two regular people standing on stage, spitting, messing up their lines, not knowing what to say or when to say it or do it right, stumbling over things, real people. The same real people that, on our Caribbean cruise a few years ago, James and I are walking back to the ship, and there's Orville walking back to the ship. And we just started talking about our day to each other. He told us about what they did. We told him about what we did. It was a casual conversation. Nobody who was hardly around. It was just real people having a conversation. It was not untouchable. You know what I mean? I could talk to him. It wasn't like he had to hide and run away. There was another time, some of you have seen it in 2014 at convention, that I was at leadership night for the first time ever. I wasn't a director. Nobody I knew that I expected to come showed up, and I ended up sitting alone. I had a space next to me because I saved it for one person that I thought was coming who never came. And, I think we've all been in those moments where you got a little tears in your eyes and you're kind of like, this is just a bummer. I'm alone. I don't want to be alone. I'd rather just go hang out with the people. I had friends that were there but weren't able to come that night, and I was even messaging them, hey, come pick me up soon, I think I'm done. And I had this empty seat, and here comes Orville, the owner of Scentsy, and says, hey, is anybody sitting here? Can I sit? He sits down, asks me how I'm enjoying the concert. I tell him, then I ask him, so how do you guys decide? And we have a whole conversation, because these are real people. This is not something that is fake. There's nothing fake about it. It's true, real people that you can trust. And that's what I love about it. I can ask them, hey, what's going on here? What's going on there? And, another time we were on, I think, the ship, and they were playing a game, and we were all trying to figure out what game. And I just walked up to Heidi and was like, what is this game you're playing? And she's like, oh, it's this game we play as a family. And she starts telling me about it, because they're real people with us right there. I remember one of the first times that we met, Heidi and Orville, I thanked Heidi and I apologized for bothering her, because I was standing in line to give her a hug and take a picture with her. And she said, don't apologize. She was like, if we didn't want to be here, we could send somebody else in our place to come on these trips. But we want to meet you guys, and we want to thank you for your hard work and what you're doing in this company, and talk to you and see you and hug your necks. And to me, that's what it's about, real people. So I don't know why I'm sharing it. Maybe you've been considering being a part of Scentsy, whether it be just a customer maybe you've never purchased before and you're just not really sure. I could talk all day long about what makes our product different and amazing and worthy of purchasing, but I feel like a lot of times it comes down to the people that you're dealing with. In our case, obviously, if you're our customers, you're dealing with James and I, and hopefully we've shown that family and love experience that we feel by the people that we're surrounded by in Scentsy. Or maybe it is a matter of extra income, or, a matter of just a change in your life, something fun to do. To me, that's again the fun and the real people and the family atmosphere that you get. Many of the people that I keep seeing their faces popping up that are watching this or that comment, they can attest to this, because I have so many amazing and wonderful friends now, James and I both do, that we love dearly, all because of this company. And some of those are customers. It's not even just a matter of the people who also sell. We have made good friends in customers that we never knew beforehand, and then also in our team and in people that we've met on trips and that we've met at these conventions. And it's all real people that you can see, you can talk to, you can touch. You know what I mean? Like, they're not untouchable. They're not just this far away thing that you can't understand. So anyways, I just, I was chatting with my friend, I was chatting with James, and it just reminded me the thing I love about Scentsy and the thing that I love about what it is that we stand for. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. So I love you guys. Thanks so much for supporting James and I in our business. Even if that's just someone who loves our posts, likes our posts, shares our story, shares with people who are interested in our product. We love you guys and we appreciate you. And I hope you know that we're always here for you guys. So I hope you guys have a great night, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.